Start of the cycle. Okay, and so this is his starting point. He looks amazing. Start of the cycle versus, whoa, 4 months in. Was it worth it? This is what it did. Was it worth it? How many of you, raise your hand, think he looks better in the after than in the before? That's after 4 months of steroids. Coach Greg, in today's video, we lost another one. A 19-year-old on steroids. And in his case, it didn't work out so well for him. And so it's a very sad story. I'm going to show you his progress, and you're going to see what happened once he took the steroids. And after watching this, you hopefully are going to convince not to make the same mistake.
What are we doing? Josh, I can't believe you're about to do this. Our names are about to be tattooed on your back.
Bro has some very close friends. One of them just happens to be Joe Frazier, who everyone knows is 100% natural. I mean, he would have never taken anything. Bro would never do that. I'm being sarcastic. Day in the life as a 19-year-old dad trying to become a fitness influencer. And so I'm sure he's influenced and or motivated by Joe Frazier saying, this is the life that I want. I want to be a fitness influencer. The problem is he's a teenager with average-ish genetics, not crazy, 55 kilograms, sad, depressed, and lonely, not knowing what to do, started going to the gym to build muscle. 2 years ago, he was only 55 kilograms. It's about 121 pounds. It's not very big. He decides, I'm depressed, I'm lonely, I got to get a great hobby. I'm going to go to the gym, perhaps thinking I'm going to be a fitness influencer. And so his starting point, you can see he's a decent physique. He's very lean. He's got a six-pack. He doesn't have a ton of muscle, but for being 17 years of age, he's certainly doing all right. See him hitting the side chest, a tricep pose, looking pretty good. This is while being natural. He's starting lifting. He's about 17. He admits to taking steroids. And so this is not make-believe. This is not him lying. And I did reach out to him to find out exactly what was his cycle. Was it just HRT, low doses? Was it just SARMs? And so he responds, I ran 300, then went right up to 600 testosterone, then 150 NPP. Then my back ended up like that. Now I'm down to 240 milligrams and I'm eating clean and taking health supplements and using ointment. Are you ready to see the results? 600 milligrams of testosterone, 150 milligrams of DECA. Is he going to now look like Chris Bumstead or perhaps possibly Sam Sulek? Well, let's see. Start of the cycle. Okay, and so this is his starting point. He looks amazing. I mean, why would he actually want to take steroids? He's looking like this at 19. He's got a small waist, decently wide shoulders, great definition. His face is looking somewhat chiseled. He has a great look. V-taper, chests, biceps. This physique, it looks fantastic. Why not compete in a natural bodybuilding competition? Start of the cycle versus, whoa, 4 months in. The face certainly got puffy, grew the beard out. I see horrendous acne all over his body, from the chest to the arms, even on the face. And watch when he turns to the rear. Was it worth it? This is what it did. Was it worth it? How many of you, raise your hand, think he looks better in the after than in the before? That's after 4 months of steroids. 300 milligrams of testosterone. This is double what I'm taking for HRT, actually more than double. And then he jumps it up to 600 milligrams, which is definitely a lot for your first cycle. He also adds in NPP, which is DECA. Here are his results. Did he look like he put on a lot of muscle? I wrote, what was the weight difference from when you were natural to enhanced? Honestly, looking at it, I didn't see a dramatic size change. It looked like there was more noticeable changes from when you had newbie gains. Do you not see that he made way more progress while being natural in his first, I think it was 18 months of training? He went from 55 kilograms to 72.2 kilograms. He put on about 38 pounds in the first, less than 2 years of training. He then went on steroids, and do you know how much muscle he put on? And remember, a lot of this was water. 7 kilograms. It's about 15 pounds. And so 2 years of training natural, 38 pounds. And then 4 months of training enhanced, 15 pounds, of which a lot of it was water, puffiness, bloating, and it came with a lot of acne. And so he sent some photos and he says, at first, I didn't have all that much acne. And so these were his first few photos. The acne was perhaps manageable at the start. I mean, I'm not going to say that it wasn't all that bad. On the chest and the arms on the side, it wasn't so bad. Starting to get a bit of acne on the face, but remember, he was really chasing the gains. He wanted to be a fitness influencer. He was competing in a bodybuilding competition, and so that amount of acne, perhaps it was tolerable. But as the cycle continued, remember, he did this for 4 months, putting on 7 kilograms, about 15 pounds. The acne progressed and got worse. And so he says, I only gained 7 kilograms, but I just filled out a bit. I don't know what that means. I guess he gained only 7 kilograms, 15 pounds, but he filled out. Of course, if you gain 15 pounds, you're going to fill out. That's by definition, this is the same thing. But I believe that more people would be impressed by his natural transformation than his enhanced. He made more significant improvements while being natural than he did while being enhanced. And so I'm certain that you're thinking, to get this amount of acne, you probably would have put on 20 kilograms of muscle, like 45 pounds. That he would have just gone from being like pretty damn good to just being, oh my goodness. But it didn't work out for him. All of that was a waste. Do you really think that he's going to be a famous social media influencer if he has horrendous acne on his back that everyone knows he's on performance enhancing drugs? Like, let's imagine that he did this transformation with no steroids whatsoever, no SARMs, nothing, 100% natty, and he didn't get the acne, and he had this end physique. Would you have all said, oh my goodness, there's no way that he did it natural? If he had have kept going, kept training natural, eventually he would have had a better physique than this. Now, could he have done it in 4 months? No. But if he had kept training, do you not think he would have eventually put on 7 more kilograms of muscle? Bulk is loading. He looked great there. No acne, skin looked good, lean, no acne on the back either.
So I'm just making this video to, it's a bit late, but to kind of just explain the last video I posted, which ended up getting over 600,000 views.
That video, it went viral, and not for a good reason. Number one comment on this, it says, the first man to run 600 milligrams of test and get smaller. And so, no, he didn't get smaller. He added 7 kilograms of weight. A lot of it was water. Some was muscle. Some was acne. It just wasn't good. All the tests went to acne and his jaw, LOL. I experienced the same thing when I was on testosterone. My jaw was so much more puffy. It was like, more like I looked older. I looked bloated. It didn't look good. Even though I was very, very lean, I had a single-digit body fat, abs, and so on, I still had that wider jaw, puffy face. Bro aged 10 years in 4 months. Stay off the juice, kids. I wouldn't say it's 10 years, but probably 4. And so for every month on steroids, it looked like he aged a year. Is it worth the trade-off? I mean, I would pay millions of dollars to go back in time and live my life again. It would be so much worth it. And so why waste 4 years by taking steroids? If it ages you like this, is it actually worth it? When you get older, you're going to wish you looked younger. And so perhaps when you're 19, you don't care, hey, I'm more of a man, I look older now. But when you get to be 40, 50 years of age, you're going to want to look 30.
Many people messaging me, a lot of people hate him. So, as you all know, I was running a cycle of testosterone, right? Started on 300. So this is me explaining what actually happened. So I started on 300. I felt really good, you know, no acne. You know, I was getting little bits here and there, but, you know, everything was healing fine. And then, you know, I was like, okay, let's go 600. So we ran 600 tests with 150 NPP per week. So this is nothing to do with my coach at all. My coach.
He started with 300 milligrams of test and he felt amazing. He was doing good. He was putting on muscle, but he thought, you know, why not just double the dose? He had gotten a little bit of acne, but, you know, if I double the dose, hey, everything will be fine. Why are we in such a rush? I don't get it.
It's more the fact to do with me. So I wanted more of everything. I wanted to be bigger, faster. And thought, fuck it, steroids would do that. And it really didn't. I was inconsistent. My diet was horrible. My intake of food was horrible. My just overall health downhill for about a month or two. Inconsistent with pinning. Everything just went all downhill. So that's why acne, you know, kind of flared up really, really bad.
You see, with steroids, less is more. The lowest dose that makes you happy. I'm all about doing it right. Now listen, guys, rather than going down this route, why not contact Algo RX, get your blood work done, talk to the doctors, and see exactly what you need. You need enclomiphene, peptides. They can prescribe medications and ensure that you're doing it as healthy as possible. Obviously, doing steroids, it's not healthy, but do you really want a judgmental doctor to just say, yeah, just stop and do nothing, rather than test you and say, hey, I know you're doing this. You have high blood pressure. We're going to prescribe you telmisartan, and you want to get it at affordable prices. You know, I've worked with HRT clinics in the past, and one of the biggest problems is about 90% of people, they can't afford them. The prices are very, very high. With this clinic, AlgoRx, of which I am now an equity owner, it's so much cheaper. I made a separate video explaining exactly how cheap it is in comparison. You would not believe the prices in comparison. If you don't believe me, hey, contact Merrick Health and then contact AlgoRx and thank me later. You will not believe the hundreds, if not thousands of dollars you're going to save.
For anyone who is still messaging me, you know, a bit of advice. Everyone's been messaging me advice. I've got Greg Doucette, which is, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He messaged me. He followed me as well, which is pretty crazy. So I don't mind blowing up over a bit of hate, you know. Everyone's going to hate. But there's images up here. That's how I'm looking just now. You know, I'm looking a lot bigger, looking a lot fuller. My diet is back up to scratch. My pinning's back up to scratch. We have reduced it to 240 per week. No NPP at the moment. So 240 tests per week. My acne is healing.
And so since that time, he's decided to do the smart thing. He's reduced his dose from 600 milligrams of test and 150 NPP to 240 milligrams of testosterone. And so it's not quite HRT doses. It's a little bit higher, but it's significantly lower. And he already notices his acne is getting better. And so imagine if he would have started with this in the first place. You know, hey, I want to make a more dramatic transformation. I'm going to just stick to lower doses and see what happens. He was happy. He said he felt healthy. He was feeling good. And so why change a good thing? I mean, honestly, he already had a good thing going. He was 100% natural and he was making gains. I saw no reason for him to use steroids. Now, had he been training for 2 years, instead of putting on 38 pounds of muscle, he'd only put on 8. He might have thought, this is friggin' ridiculous. I have no hope. I trained my ass off and I only put 8 pounds of muscle. That happens. And then for those people, I feel bad. They have horrible genetics. But for him, amazing genetics, amazing progress. 38 pounds in 2 years. How many of you would be dissatisfied? Went on steroids. No, it's still not enough. Up the doses, horrendous side effects. Imagine if he got his blood work done. What would that have said? And since that time, he's lowered the doses to 240. Now, if he doesn't get his blood work done, he won't know the damages he's done. Is it still healthy? Maybe he has to stop even that. Maybe 240 is way too much. And so if you're interested, click the link in the description and check out AlgoRx. If you're interested in coaching from myself, of course, you can apply by clicking the link in the description. I'd highly recommend you just do it natural. Turk Builder Max, Turk Platinum, add to that some GO2 Max. And if you're trying to lose some weight, you can take GLP Max, help control your cravings, and just try to do it the healthy way. At 19 years of age and as a father, you want to be here not just for yourself, but for your kids. And so, guys, please stay natural. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video, watch those 2 bloops. Cookbooks, training books, coaching plans by me and my team. The momentous clothing line drops August 1st. Click the link in the description, interested in purchasing. And until next time, I am out.